remind me in case you have questions about celebrations or volunteer time. Celebrations, we don't ever call them like a party. We call them like for Valentine's Day, like a friendship party. Oh, I mean, not even, I said we don't call it a party. We call them like a friendship gathering, or for our Halloween. We'll just try to not to make everyone feel excluded. But if your son or daughter does not celebrate a specific event, please let me know in the questionnaire. I promise I will respect that as best I can. And volunteers, I will let you know when I do need a volunteer. Like I said last year, I taught at kinder first grade, and I had an assistant in class, so she was kind of my volunteer. So now this will be the first year that I'm actually having parents come and help me out, which will be lovely. But I will let you know when I do need some help. So if I say I need help, could you respond and say, yeah, that'll be lovely. By the way, any questions? I know first grade can be a little intimidating because it's not kinder anymore. It's not that. What time do they get out? 12:45? 1:35?
1:30.
Yeah, so it's gonna be all day. So please feel free to ask me any questions. I'm a very open person, and I guarantee that I will have the right answer.
Did I read somewhere they all get free lunch?
I have no idea, but isn't that fantastic?
That's what the
yeah,
video
when
said.
we eat lunch, so they no longer need a number.
Okay, so they're all set.
Fantastic,
now.
right?
Yeah.
But then the school part still has whole
Yeah, my
application
daughter still
thing.
filled out the application. They said to
Yeah,
fill out the
I have
application.
no idea what it was for. I was shocked.
Yeah.
I don't know if you misspoke or what, because he said it in my video, right? He says.
Yeah,
we'll
Jesse
provide
already
for
filled it
everything.
out. And it said, wait, you'll be approved or something.
I
so-
know, but isn't that fantastic?
That's
I'm like,
great.
wow.
Do you know
So,
what? My grandson's going to ACES afterwards.
Uh-huh.
Do you know he needs to? We haven't heard anything about ACES at all. Does he need snack? Do you know anything about that?
they usually, I know from they will meet at the lunch tables, they will provide snack.
So he doesn't need one for ACES?
No,
Okay.
I know that will still be provided here,
Okay.
for sure. Yes, you back there.
Oh, what should we send in their backpacks?
In their backpacks, there was a first grade supply list that you should have received, so I would say the first grade supply list and just their lunch. Yes, so avoid bringing toys. It always gets lost. That's what causes fights between the kids. And then I don't know what to do when it gets lost. I mean, I do look for it. I do. I try the best I can, but it does break my heart when they do lose their items. So any personal stuff, then please leave at home.
But the supplies will stay here.
The supplies will stay here.
And then, like, on a daily basis, should they have, like, pencils and paper?
No, I provide anything. I do like a community style for supplies, so even the supplies you bring won't just be for your child. I separate them into, I make it like a little mini Costco. So like the glues, the scissors, I grab as I go. It just makes it easier, and it's good for them to learn how to share.
Do they learn to read in Spanish and English?
Oh yes, they
That's
do.
what I'm
It's
just
phenomenal.
curious.
It is phenomenal just how much they evolve at the end. And you should feel so blessed that you're giving your child this amazing opportunity of becoming bilingual, because I've seen the effects of it, and I've seen it like firsthand. Wow, it really does work. So we make sure to follow code and to follow just all the regulations to make sure this program is as effective as possible. Yes?
I have three questions.
Okay.
You mentioned at the very beginning that this reputation that Thorman has, and you're trying to do something to get rid of that reputation. Can you
Oh
describe
yes,
what the
I mean,
reputation was?
I remember before, I had no idea that there was a reputation. Just people would say, oh no, Thorman, I'm a little nervous. So I really don't know
But
what it was.
But I heard it's just the area of physical, not the school itself.
Yeah, no.
I think with the gates and everything. It's
Yeah,
fine.
and I know the school got remodeled 3 years ago.
Okay. The other question is, at 1 year old, first grade, there's influences, there's bad behavior that they might pick up, there's bullying, there's confrontation. What is your philosophy on addressing that?
I will address it right away. So if your child comes home and is saying that somebody is picking on them, please let me know as soon as possible. I really don't want months to come and for it to be January and the problem gets addressed to me. Once it happens, it needs to be addressed to me as soon as possible. So it's like zero tolerance in the classroom.
Yeah, so my question is actually if the kid doesn't come home with it, but you actually notice it.
Oh, I will let you know. I will definitely let you know, and I will speak to the principal right away and see of a way to problem solve that.
Okay.
Yes.
And then, so can you give me an example of of a situation that might come about where the kid just doesn't understand what you're saying? And how do you communicate to them, this is what I need you to do without speaking Spanish?
Oh yes, and this happens so much. We are so blessed that in the class there half the students already know how to speak Spanish. So I always try to buddy them up. So somebody else will be explaining, and they love doing that. They feel like the teacher teaching them they feel like the teacher teaching them what the teachers actually want them to do. So they really depend on classmate support to make this program be efficient. Yes, so they will. And we try to start as slow as possible, and we have to be very expressive, and we use a lot of drawings and visual representation so they know exactly what we are talking about. They will be lost if they've never been in the program before, absolutely, and they might feel like they don't want to come to school because they don't understand. They will get it. They do. And we make this a very welcoming environment.
Another question.
Yes.
Sorry,
Oh, no, go ahead.
So what is the goal and expectation? Typically, I know that kids are on different levels, but for a kid who obviously speaks Spanish, then they already know the language. But
They do, but some of them don't even know how to read. So everybody is benefiting from it. You will see, even from here until Christmas time, just how much of a verbal vocabulary that they have.
Okay, so you're talking about, so they'll be able, by say, end of this first semester, they'll be able to converse somewhat?
Oh yeah, absolutely, yeah, because they are listening to it 8 hours a day almost. So 8 times 5, that's 40 hours. And then with the help that is being given at home, it's just magical. It just happens out of nowhere. And they start picking up our mannerisms, just our jargon and everything. You will see it. It is your son's first year in the dual program.
Daughter, yeah.
Your daughter. Okay. Yes. It's something else. But will they be overwhelmed at first? 100%. They'll come home exhausted.
That's what the principal told me. She said give it like a couple of weeks adjustment where they don't like it, and that's natural.
Right, and if I see, oh, your daughter could probably sit better with this other person, then I will do those quick changes to make sure they feel comfortable. Yes, absolutely. She won't fall through the cracks, I guarantee you.
They turn into little know-it-alls.
They
correct
do,
you.
Yes.
right?
They're like, that's not how you say it. Oh, really?
I know.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's not a question, it's just helpful for, my daughter went to kinder with the immersion program, and within a year, everybody was telling me how her Spanish was amazing, like how much she learned, and she was having full conversations with her grandparents.
It's amazing because we do a lot of. Thank you so much for sharing that, Mrs. Flores. We do a lot of singing. We do a lot of. We are conversing from the moment they walk in, so they are going to be hearing it every single moment until Miss Zamora comes in here and teaches them English. They will pick it up. That's why we usually don't allow kids to be in the program after first grade because the kids just know too much, and that's when it's really hard to fill in those gaps.
Yeah, so for mine just went to kindergarten FA, and even until late January, it's like not a word of Spanish. And then 1 week, she was having full-on conversations with me.
It comes out of nowhere, right?
Yeah, like one day she just came, it's like, no more English. I'm like, okay. And then she pretended she didn't understand, and it was just all Spanish.
Yes, and you will start to, the students that act out mostly in class are the ones that do not know the language. But I've come to realize that once they start becoming more comfortable, they start to mellow out a little bit. So they're using that kind of, I would say, academic aggression to really let go of some of their frustration that they have. But usually after a holiday like Christmas or spring break, they come back like new kids. Yes.
I just want to say, we speak English at home. I know the language, well, it's my native language. My husband, not so much.
I can turn on the light now.
So, my daughter was excited about it because we had talked about it so much. And then I would say, it took her about a month to be able to like say she doesn't hate it. Because she would come home and say, I hate Spanish immersion. But she just kept at it. So like for us, it's like, I know it's hard, but you're gonna learn, and we just have to work together and just try to be comforting and like reassure them that it's gonna happen, because it does happen. And then before you know it, you're shopping at Target, and then they bust out in
Yeah.
like full-on conversation.
Right?
And you're like,
It
okay,
happens
we're
out of
going with it.
nowhere.
And you have a conversation for 20 minutes in Spanish in the store. But it does happen. And again, we only speak English at home. So for her, it was a struggle at first. But
Yeah.
it is a curve, and they get through it.
They do get through it. The auditory part of the program comes first. So if she's not talking for the first couple of months, that is okay. And I'm not going to push her to talk and make her feel uncomfortable. She will do it once she feels comfortable. So I am not going to point her out at any point and make her feel bad for not knowing the language. Once she feels comfortable, she's just going to bloom and is going to be amazing. Any other questions?
I have a question.
Yes.
This program is not gonna fall behind to the other classes,
Oh, no, not at all. Mm-mm.
like reading or math or.
No, by 5th grade, they should be pretty equal.
So academically, they're learning the same stuff. I mean, they're not, like, they're learning math and all this stuff, the
Oh,
same,
yeah.
just in Spanish.
Mm-hmm. It's just in Spanish, so everything academic is exactly the same. But the writing obviously is different because they teach in English, they teach by sound, and we teach by syllables when they're learning how to read. Does that make sense? So, like in English, they'll, for example, cat, they have to sound out every single sound, k, at. But in Spanish, they are chunked into syllables, like me, sa. So that's why it's so important to get those vowels down and that. So I'll make sure when I group my students, the students that need more one-on-one help from me are given that. I will provide. Yes.
Do you have, maybe not right now or some point, do you have like apps that you use or recommend or something? I know last year we had a couple, I don't know if like for now for first grade, if they're like some Spanish, like you had some like word searchy ones and letter searchy.
Yes,
like, you know,
anything.
good apps.
The team and I will get together and we will compile a bunch of links so you can help your child at home, especially if Spanish is not happening at home.
He's definitely game oriented, so
Oh.
when it's a game, he's like,
Oh,
okay, good.
absolutely, yes. And same here, so that's why we have to be very gamey and
Yeah.
fun in here. Any other questions?
Is tomorrow a full day?
Tomorrow's full day, yes. Yes, the only minimum day this week will be Wednesday.
Is that the normal minimum day?
Uh-huh.
So every week, every Wednesday is minimum day.
Mm-hmm.
I had a question. You asked us like how we're dropping off our children or
Yes,
picking them up. What do
just
you
so I
mean?
know, because
Like, what are the
at
options? Yeah.
the other school, they had lines, like a
Okay.
kindergarten line, a first grade line, second grade line. Here, we open the gates and then the child has to look for the car. So
Oh,
just so
wow.
that way I can be alert.
So you want to know the car, like that we're coming in, or?
Yes, I just want to know if you're picking up, just so I can keep an eye out for them. Especially that first week, I want to be out there every single day,
Sure.
just to make sure every child is being picked up properly.
And then if they're going to the after school, you'll take them
Oh,
where they're supposed to
yes.
be then.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Do you know where we pick them up for that after that?
No, that's a good question. I would ask the front office. We haven't been given any information, but I know they're coming.
We haven't either.
I know, right?
Uh-uh,
But if I
don't know.
find out anything, I will email.
Okay, thank you.
So if you can get that Seesaw app in there.
Hey, we're on that for other classes now. Do we have to go in and do it again?
You do, because now this one will be just for my class.
Okay.
You just
Uh-huh.
have to rescan the code.
Yes,
Rescan
you
the
have to
code?
rescan the code because the code you have would be from your child's previous teacher.
Rescan, okay.
Mhm.
I was curious. Do they interact with the mainstream first grade or class?
They
at
can,
all?
they will be out there at recess.
Just at recess.
Yeah. Uh-huh, but here, no, all the classrooms here in this quad is just dual immersion.
Makes
Mhm.
sense.
Yes. And everyone is just super friendly. I feel like the kids in dual immersion are more friendly. They will get it, I promise. So don't feel overwhelmed at all. And always just tell them how lucky they are to be in this program and just really support us as much as possible, too. Well, this session has officially ended. Thank you all for coming.
Thank you.